The TIE FC, meaning Fire Control, was an extremely specialised vessel designed specifically for use in tandem with another type of craft, the TIE GT series ground targeting fighter. The FC was armed with only a single laser cannon for self-defence, and used the resulting free space to carry an extensive complement of powerful sensors and targeting systems. Upon detecting a hostile installation, either in the form of an orbital facility or a planetary base, the Fire Control vessel would perform a series of detailed scans, establishing a perfect target lock and locating any exploitable weak spots in the hostile installation. It would then transmit this data to a nearby TIE GT, whose pilot would use the information to carry out a precise and powerful attack on the enemy facility. The GT itself devoted almost its entire frame to ordnance storage, carrying either 12 concussion missiles, 6 proton torpedoes, 18 aerial mines, 2 cluster bombs, or 20,000 Imperial propaganda pamphlets, any of which could be delivered to the TIE FC's painted target with surgical accuracy. Known to most as the TIE Bizarro, the M1 was the first in a series of short-lived experimental fighters commissioned by Grand Admiral Demetrius Zarin in 3 ABY. All 5 of these experimental TIE variants were designed to be unmanned and operated remotely from a distant control ship. Each of Zarin's new TIE variants were tailored to fill a specific role in combat, and the main function of the M1 was to bring a full-sized turbo laser into light-duty starfighter combat. The fighter's frame was simple and inelegant, built around a single quadanium solar panel and sporting 2 separate outboard modules, with the port module carrying the hardware necessary for remote-controlled flight, and the starboard module being devoted to the ship's turbo laser. Given the nature of its space frame, the TIE M1 carried 2 full sets of twin-ion engines, as well as a short-range hyperdrive, and though the fighter's mass was greatly increased by its large primary weapon, the final sublight acceleration rate of the TIE M1 was still slightly faster than that of a standard TIE fighter. The TIE Scout, as its name suggests, was a TIE series starfighter designed specifically for interstellar reconnaissance. The ship carried a Class 3 hyperdrive and would most often be deployed ahead of an Imperial fleet to assess the safety of a region or to locate hostile positions before any Imperial warships were placed in harm's way. Much like the TIE FC, the Scout carried only a single SFS series laser cannon for defensive purposes, and its shields and armour were unremarkable. This made piloting a TIE Scout into an extremely dangerous assignment, as Scout pilots would most often be operating in unknown or hostile territory with very limited means of protection. The TIE Scout had a larger central habitat than most TIE variants, and normally carried 2 extra crewmen in addition to its pilot. These officers would be responsible for operating the Scout's extensive complement of high-power communications and sensor systems to provide the captains of Imperial vessels with detailed and constantly updated information about a given star system.